Now students, let's have a quick revision of the points of the poem The Tiger in the Zoo. Point number 1. This poem is a contrast. A tiger when it is in its natural habitat and when it is imprisoned in the zoo. So this poem talks about two situations wherein a tiger, two situations which a tiger can have. One, in its natural life, and when it is kept imprisoned in a zoo. Next, on a starry night, the poet sees a tiger in the zoo. The poet might have noticed the tiger in the zoo one night, clear, starry night. Number 3, the tiger moves. He watches the tiger move slowly up and down the cage. The tiger was strolling in its cage. Number 4, he was full of rage, but is quiet in his helplessness. The tiger seemed to be angry, but it did not make any sound because it knew that it was helpless in that situation. Number 5, the poet is moved to pity for the tiger. The poet felt very sad for the tiger. Number 6, he says the tiger should have been in the jungle. The poet always wanted to see the tiger in its natural way in the jungle. Number 7, he should have been moving quietly in the shadows near some waterhole and waiting for a plump deer to pass that way. The poet wanted to see the tiger in its natural habitat, hiding in the shadows near some waterhole, waiting for some animal to pass by, especially a fat deer, so that it can hunt. That is the natural life of a tiger. Number 8, but sadly he is locked behind the concrete cell. But it cannot happen because he is in the zoo. He is in a cage in a concrete cell. He doesn't take any notice of the visitor and looks at the brilliant stars with his brilliant eyes. So the poet notices that the tiger was least interested in the visitors, and he looks up into the skies, into the brilliant, and looks at the brilliant stars and with his shining eyes, as if he wants to move to his natural habitat. He now has to be content merely looking at the stars. And by his looks, by the tiger's look, the poet understood, the poet felt that maybe the tiger was feeling that the only thing he can do now is to look at the stars, and he has nothing to do, nothing more to do. And last one, he is no longer free to move in the natural habitat and look at the brilliant stars from there. So the tiger might have understood that it is not possible for him to go back to his natural life. So, and it is not possible for him also to be in the jungle and from the jungle sit down in the jungle in its own natural way and look at the stars. It was not possible for him. These are the few points that you need to remember in this poem, and that will help you out to understand and to write down the answers.